everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all our friends tuning in from around the world. I'm your host Aakash, and I welcome you back to yet another episode of the Boys Café. Today, I have with me my long lost friend and co host Ramu, who's coming back after the international break. He was on a holiday for a month, and what a week to return back to Ramu. Great roller coaster of emotions from the lows of Haaland to the highs of Maddison. How was it for you? How have you been?
Oh, absolutely, man. It feels great to be back, and yeah, like you said, what a week to come back to. I mean, we were very skeptical when we started, like how we are gonna fare, because of course, as again ahead of all this FPL talk, we had the Manchester derby, which we were really looking forward to watch. There was all the, like, we were coming off a good winning run and all that, and in between that, of course, FPL teams also need to be taken care of. After the Manchester derby, of course, on a mental level, we were really disappointed that our team lost, but also the fact that none of us captained Haaland. I mean, you remember all the
suggested.
Talk. Yeah, we did not even suggest. Yeah, we did not suggest Haaland as a captain as well, and like you meant, like we had talked on our WhatsApp chats as well. We were chasing the ranks and all that because we went for a differential captain, but yeah, ended up on the wrong side. But yeah, another Monday and the fate just turned on its head. For you, I think it was very, very good because you took the risky decision, let's say, for making Maddison as the captain, and no expectation. Bottom of the league, Leicester City, out of nowhere, fantastic performance. Really enjoyed watching the game as well, and the influence that Maddison had on the game, which was really good to see, and of course. And really, really also happy that our suggestion of actually putting in Maddis as one of the captaincy choices paid off.
And we were discussing this just before the game week as well, that this was the game week where we could change ranks, right? We always talk about going template in some of the weeks, and then some weeks are there which are meant to be changing ranks. And we thought in our minds that this game week would be one such game week where we would change the ranks. We thought that if somehow Varane and Martinez would stop Haaland, this would be the game week where Maddison would, help you change the rank. And it was, I was 800k before the game week. After the Haaland hat-trick and 2 assists, I went down to 2.4 million. Aaditya on the group also, he said, we were changing ranks and now we are like a million drop, 1.5 million drop. And then I was quite relaxed about it because I knew I just didn't have Maddison, I had him as captain. From 2.4 million, I finished it at 399k. So at the end of the game week, I half the rank that I started with. So it helped me. The game week was good, but yeah, a roller coaster of emotions from the lows of Haaland to the highs of Maddison. Framed the game weeks. Then after the KDB haul in game week 36 last year,
absolutely.
I would just frame this Maddison just beside the KDB one. Keep it there.
Absolutely. Yeah, and definitely not something that we'll want every week because we can't go through such emotion every week, man. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah. So yeah, let's deep dive into our teams and let's see how our teams fared and what our transfer decisions look like for game week 10. Okay, guys. So before starting, if you have ever found our videos helpful, please subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, comment there with your doubts, with your team suggestions, whatever you have. Help us reach 900 subscribers. We are very close to 900. It would really help us grow in the future. So coming back to my team, on the left side you see is my team, and on the right side of the screen is Ramu's team. I ended up with 97 points. The keeper was Ward. The screenshot was taken a night earlier, so the bonus points have not been added. So Ward ended up with 8 points. I took a decision of putting Pope on the bench because I didn't want to double up on Newcastle defense. I had a feeling that Newcastle were going to concede because they were playing away, and Fulham are really good at home. But it didn't end up going that. A lucky goal at the end for Fulham, and then Pope did concede at the end. Trippier managed to be subbed at 83, so I got the 7 points from Trippier. He is a must-own. He is a set and forget until the World Cup. I was in a dilemma of whether to start Cancelo against United or not, but couldn't risk it because of the EO. But ended up that way. United ended up scoring 3 in the second half, and Cancelo didn't do anything in the attack, so 1 pointer there. I had a feeling that Chelsea were going to concede. So the upside with James is that you never know when he scores during the attack, right? So I started him, but ended up with a 2 pointer, not going as per plan. Then the decision of the game week for me was whether to start Bailey or Almiron. And Bailey was playing Leeds. Both were away. Bailey was playing Leeds. Almiron was playing Fulham. Like I said before regarding Trippier and Pope, that I knew Fulham are really good at home. So I took that chance and I started Bailey over Almiron and ended up with all the mud on my face. Almiron with 2 goals, 15 on my second sub, and Bailey, like his usual troll sense, 2-pointer, shoved at 64 minutes. Didn't go as per plan. Barnes was a calculated move. Knew that Nottingham conceded a lot through their right flank, and that's where Barnes play. So that was a calculated move. Martinelli, I am going to start him every week regardless of the opponent. He loves playing against big teams. So 4-pointer there from Martinelli. Mitrovic got injured. He was carrying the injury through the international break. So 0-pointer there. A premium, I went with 2 premiums. So Kane giving me 6-pointer. Expected a bit more from him. Wasn't too happy with the 6-pointer. More so because he loves playing against Arsenal. But Arsenal completely dominated in that. There was nothing more that where I expected Kane to. I think there was one chance where he got the header, and apart from that, I didn't expect anything from Kane. Then the 2 players remaining are Haaland and Maddison. Sunday night, Haaland scoring 3 goals and 2 assists. It's seen very less in FPL that a player gets you 23 points and then your rank is almost doubled from like 800k to 2.4 million. That's what happens with Haaland. But then Maddison with the 36-pointer, helping me with 97 points. So pretty happy with the game week, half my rank. What I'm thinking of game week 10 is that I'm planning on moving either of Bailey or Almiron to bring in Zaha. That is my one planned move. Currently, if I plan to move on from Bailey, then I'm 0.1 short. But I'm waiting until Mitrovic information. If it's confirmed that Mitrovic is out injured, then I'll be looking to move out Mitrovic and take a hit, -4. Any suggestions from you, Ramu, for my team?
Yeah, I think, are you just considering Zaha, or maybe you're looking at Bowen as well? Because he was really good in the last game, and I think maybe it's a sign of things to come.
I did consider Bowen more so on the wild card, but the fixtures that Zaha has, it's like if I bring in Bowen, it will be a transfer in booked for advance in the future, right? Because I will want Zaha in that run that he has from this game week until game week 15.
Again, I think we'll of course touch upon this later in the show, but Mitrovic, the injury is like you mentioned, we are awaiting a final news on it, but I think it's already time that we start thinking about some replacements for him.
So I had like 2-3 shortlists for attackers to replace Mitrovic. One was obviously Welbeck, because I have been suggesting him a lot within our group as well, that one of the best assets to own from Brighton apart from Trossard, Welbeck. More so because Spurs concede a lot from the centre, from the middle, and that's where Welbeck will be playing. Also plays Nottingham Forest, who also concede tons of chances through the middle. Now, if they get a new manager by then that's a different story altogether. But Welbeck is in my shortlist. The second one I think was Solanke, but I didn't give too much importance to the team he plays for. I know he could have scored 2 goals in the weekend as well, 2 lucky penalties that were not given. But I'm not going there. I'm not going to take that. Just reminds me of King from last season. Everyone is going in that direction. I don't want to go.
We know that pain.
And then. And then the third one that I had in mind was Martial, but they play Everton. Everton are quite good at home. So I wouldn't go to Martial so soon. We have a couple of days remaining to think and to shortlist our thoughts. So let's think about it. But these are the initial thoughts about my team. Over to you, Ramu.
In terms of how I fared, I think I went for the one of the obvious captains for this week in Kane, because of course Kane loves playing in that North London derby, and I was sure that he was going to score. So there was assured returns in there, but like you touched upon already, Aakash, I think he could have done more. I did have Maddison, but I did not take the risk of making him captain. So he did give me returns, but not the double returns that you have got. And I had Haaland as well, like 83% of the folks who are playing this game. But unfortunately I did not captain him like the 54% who chose not to. And I think I got lucky with the goalkeeper as well. I never expected Brentford to keep a clean sheet, especially because but I luckily
you have benched Ederson.
I actually kept Ederson on the bench because I wanted United to score, so I knew that clean sheet wasn't coming. So overall, not a really exceptional week, but 75 points is like above average, let's say, for the game week.
Yeah. Any transfers that you're planning for game week 10?
Yeah, I think one of the striker options to replace Mitrovic, I mean, apart from what you have already mentioned, I was looking at, I was watching the game, the West Ham game, and I was really impressed by how Scamacca played. I mean, of course, he scored the goal and then he got subbed off around the 65th minute, but I think he was really involved in all the attacks that West Ham were trying to do. I mean, there's a good link up with Bowen, and I think Scamacca was really involved in the attack. So that's one transfer I'm thinking of. And I'm really thinking about whether to keep Trent, because I've trusted him a lot.
He had just scored a free kick.
Yeah, so I'm still thinking about it.
But apart from that, whatever options we have discussed, if you do not own Maddison yet, bring him in. He's the king. He's the new FPL king, Maddison. Okay. So moving on to the next to the fixtures for the next game week. Let's see what we have got there. Maddison plays Bournemouth. What do you say, Ramu? Another captaincy for Maddison incoming?
I might not captain Maddison this week because Bournemouth are really good at home. They've kept the most clean sheets at home this season. 3 clean sheets already, albeit against lesser teams. But I mean, Leicester are
top
not
10,
like
top 10 for expected goal considered at home. Bournemouth.
Yes, so I think Bournemouth at home might not be like a straightforward captaincy choice for any attacker. But you never know, because the kind of form that Maddison is in, he's definitely getting one shout.
How about a Bournemouth striker, Solanke?
Oh, I'm not really. What do you say? Of course, he could have. Yeah, he can chip in if at all they score. Probably it's going to be him, or he might be involved in some capacity. But I'm not really convinced of bringing him in yet.
I'm confident about Solanke this week because Leicester are weak through the centre. We saw even against Nottingham Forest, they could have easily scored 2 goals. One hit the post, one was a very bad miss. Okay, Chelsea Wolves, what are you expecting from that?
Oh, Wolves, they've all just sacked their manager. They do not have more than one fit or available centre back, so I'm not really sure. Chelsea could be in for a good haul, but who again from Chelsea in terms of FPL assets is a bit of a mix and match, I think, because
apart from James,
apart from James of course, who's probably in most of the teams and is going to probably start all the games.
I don't trust Chelsea yet. I need some more games. I need to see more from Potter.
You need to see more magic from Potter.
Yeah, I'm.
Do we need to speak about this?
Just Captain Haaland and relax. No need to hide behind the sofa like we were. Just Captain Haaland. If you have KDB, play him. Might be a captaincy option as well. But one player that I need to give a shout out to is Bernardo Silva. He has been chipping in with returns game week in, week out. Moving on to the next game, I think Newcastle versus Brentford. I'll cover it in 1 or 2 lines. If you have Callum Wilson, start him. Brentford concede a lot from the centre. If you have any other midfielder like Almiron and all, start him. It's a good fixture for returns for the attackers. But I don't. The thing with Newcastle is that when they play at home, they tend to attack a lot, and which gives Tony the opportunity of counter attack. And Tony might love playing against teams like this for counter attack. So Tony is a very good option, I think, for this week. It will be like a 2-all, 3-all game. So I'm expecting a goals from both Wilson and Tony in this game.
Yeah.
You might like Brighton versus Tottenham. What are your thoughts?
I think it's going to be a tricky fixture because I really like the way Brighton started the game against Liverpool, because they were like at Liverpool from the first whistle, and so I do not think that they're going to keep a clean sheet maybe against Tottenham. But I think in terms of the attack, like even last season in the game against Tottenham, we had seen that Trossard was really, really impressive. He did get the goal at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium as well. So I think with the game being at the Amex, where Brighton are generally strong, I think if you have Trossard, and I think we've already mentioned about bringing in Welbeck as well as a replacement for Mitrovic. Think about these options. Harry Kane, any game is your go-to man.
I'm not quite sure about Richarlison from the right side, though. He didn't have a good game against Arsenal. Struggled a lot.
Yeah.
He is lovely to watch from the left side, but let's see how he plays. And we are not going there for Richarlison against FPL asset. Kane, I think, should be enough from that game, apart from the Brighton assets. Moving on to Crystal Palace Leeds, I think we have already covered Zaha. If you have him, just play him. If you don't, then bring him in. But just keep in mind that Leeds are not the Leeds of last season. They have become better defensively. So don't expect like a 5-0, 6-0, 7-0 score line. That's not going to happen. But yeah, because of the games that Zaha has afterwards as well, Zaha should be the one to watch out for this game as well. West Ham and Fulham concede a lot of goals. They are like 19th in terms of expected goals conceded. What do you think about Bowen?
Anything attack-wise, what West Ham do, I think mostly goes through Bowen, because again, he comes deep, picks up the ball, then makes those key passes out to the wing or to the striker, whether it be Antonio or Scamacca, whosoever is playing through the center. Bowen should be a good shout from the West Ham team.
Yeah, agree to that. Arsenal-Liverpool, I think Martinelli against Trent. We saw what happened last season. I'm really, really keen to watch that battle, Martinelli versus Trent. But I am going to start Martinelli. I'm quite so sure of a return against Liverpool. If you have Salah,
I don't know, man.
He is going to return. He is going to haul soon. Maybe in the next match. Maybe 2 matches afterwards. He is going to haul. But just to keep him in the team for that haul and keeping 13 million, giving for 5 points, I think frustrating to own at the moment. Everton United, anything? A comeback from United. Everton are quite good defensively.
Yeah, Everton are quite good. I do not expect like a goal fest or something against Everton at home, but I think, we will definitely get a reaction. I think if United play more like how they did in the second half against City, we are in for some good viewing. I think FPL-wise, it's a dull game.
Yeah. Next game is Nottingham Forest versus Villa. Anything, I have Bailey. Should I keep him? Sell him?
Oh, Bailey, I'll sell him, man, because I think Bailey shows flashes of his brilliance during the games, but I think the final end product-wise, he's been a bit really under par. Villa attacker might be a good option, so maybe
Watkins.
Yeah, Watkins was...
Coutinho. Coutinho is playing at that Maddison role.
Oh yes, again, unless he plays on that left wing, I think if he plays, just behind the striker and doing the supply from there, I think Coutinho could also be a good option. But I think Watkins,
he could have scored. He could have scored 2 goals in the last game. Very unlucky.
Saw that. Yeah.
So, but I'm keeping my eyes on Watkins for this game, especially Watkins for this game.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is what we expect from Game Week 10. Obviously, these are initial thoughts from us. These are not something concrete. We still have like 2 days of thinking to do before we release the Voice of the Boys. So don't treat this as something written in the book or something. We will change our minds very soon.
Okay, so thank you very much everyone for listening in. I hope some of these thoughts that what we have shared might be running through your minds as well. Please let us know your suggestions. I mean, let us know. Our DMs are always open. You can put in, like, ask your questions, and we'll be putting out our weekly thread and the Voice of the Boys videos also coming our way. And I think there's a late kickoff this Saturday. I think 3 p.m. UK time is when we'll start. So take good rest. Thank you very much, and speak to you all soon.